Hello, it's your favorite sports Unc here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the fastest growing community on YouTube. Remember, Nightcap doesn't happen without you. So please subscribe or you're going to make Ocho cry. Ocho, let's get right into it and let's start with WrestleMania. Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare. He finishes the story. He took down the tribal chief, Roman Reigns, with his patented move, the Crossroads. And he is now the universal, undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. In a match you had to see with a lot of interference, Seth Rollins stuck his nose into it. John Cena, the Undertaker, and lo and behold, there was The Rock also. An unbelievable match. We had 2 championships change hands. We have 2, not 1, but 2, a men's and a women's new universal champ. Let's start with the match tonight, Ocho. I know you watched it. Cody Rhodes, the new universal undisputed heavyweight champion of the Rhodes, he takes down the tribal chief, Roman Reigns, in a match you had to see.
Yeah, listen, wrestling for me, you know, it's been a very, very long time since I've watched wrestling, but being that we were going to talk about it tonight, it's my first time watching since I've watched as a kid. Obviously, when I watched Hulk Hogan, Jimmy Superfly Snuka, Andre the Giant, you know, back in those days, the Dusty Rhodes, the original Dusty Rhodes.
That's Cody, rest his soul, that's Cody Rhodes' father.
You know, and the funny thing about it is I haven't watched in so long, I didn't even realize until I watched Cody tonight and got a better understanding. Well, wait a minute. Well, that brings everything full circle.
Yes.
So it made it that much better for me to be able to be back in front of a TV, watching wrestling again. And one thing about the WWE, right? I don't want to say it wrong. It's WWE, correct?
Yes.
One thing about them, sometimes they've been known to drop the ball on the way scripts are written or the way shows are set up. But tonight's WrestleMania was one for the ages. It was one for the ages, and they didn't miss. They didn't miss a beat at all. And it was dope. Roman Reigns, who had the title for what? Almost 1,000. I forgot.
Over 1,300 days.
Yeah, over 1,300 damn days. Now we have a new champion, man. Congrats to Cody. And I'm excited. I'm excited to see what's next. Now you got me sucked back into wrestling. Now I got to play catch up. Catch up.
This was, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it might have been the first big event that the new chiefs in town, the new CEO, Triple H, he takes over for Vince McMahon. We know what happened. We don't need to get into that. And they bring The Rock. This is the first time the Rocks have put the trunks back on and actually wrestled in over 8 years. And so with Triple H's vision and with Rock, the great showman and the great businessman that he is, I think WWE is in great hands. But back to Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare. All the thing that he's ever wanted was to make his dad proud. The American dream himself, Dusty Rhodes, the man with the bionic elbow, the figure 4 leg lock. Hey, he's here to tell you, Georgia's own, Marietta, Georgia's own, Cody Rhodes is at the top of the order in the WWE. A tremendous match. It was a bloodlines match because Roman Reigns and Rock won last night. So he got all the interference. He had all the help that he needed. So they stacked the deck against Cody Rhodes, and Cody Rhodes would not be denied tonight. So he put him in his patented move, the Crossroads.
Oh, yeah.
Not once, not twice, but three times. And it was over. The ref counted him out. And Cody Rhodes, the new universal heavyweight champion of the world. And I got an opportunity to witness it.
You know what's funny? Do you know what's the name of Cody Rhodes' finishing move? You know the name of it?
Crossroads.
The Crossroads? I'm finna try that on real. I'm gonna try to. Hey, I just got my TikTok going, so I think my first video on TikTok is gonna be me trying to do the Crossroads on real. I'm gonna see how that go.
Man, it was unbelievable. I said, I think the thing with Triple H now in charge of the WWE, they brought Rock back into the fold, and you know Rock is the great showman. And you look at him, he hadn't had the trunks on in a very, very long time. But Rock was made for this. He had an opportunity growing up to watch his father, a la Cody Rhodes, and he went into the family business, and then he branches off and become what we know him to be today, The Rock, one of the greatest entertainers, not only in professional wrestling, but box office in Hollywood as well. And Cody Rhodes didn't want a handout. He said, I'm going to do it the hard way. And they fought. Every chance he got close, he was never able to cross the finish line. But tonight, he stands atop of them all. the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, is your new Universal Heavyweight Champion of the world. And it was a tremendous match. I'm sure, box office, two-night event, over 144,000 people attended. It was so big they had it at Lincoln Financial Field, the Link in Philadelphia. Yeah. They had it in a football stadium. That's how big professional wrestling is. It was unbelievable. Man, my favorite was when the lights went off, you already knew what it was. You heard that music coming out. Yeah. I thought he was walking up, but when they cut the lights back on, there he stood. The Undertaker.
Yeah. Legend.
Bad. And when he power slam Rock, get it. That was unbelievable. But the previous match on Saturday night, it was The Rock and Roman Reigns took on Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. It was epic. And because Rock and Cody Rhodes had won, it was a bloodline match. And because he won, they got interference. So, the deck was kind of stacked against Cody Rhodes, so to speak. But somehow he found a way to dig down. He wouldn't be denied tonight, and he won. Ocho, we also had an excellent women's match.
Oh, my goodness.
Between Io Sky and Bayley. They're former partners and Damage Control. They were friends.
Yeah.
Hey, and you know what happens when one friend has something the other won't?
Yeah.
I got to get it.
I got to have it.
We're going to set friendship aside, but I got to get it. And Bayley got the women's title back after beating former friend in Fraction, Io Sky. What did you like about this match? Because Io Sky is very athletic. She had to be a gymnast probably at some point in her career.
Yeah, it was good. It was very exciting. Again, for me, the funny thing about it, a lot of people won't believe this, but for me, this was my first women's match to actually watch. It was my first women's match to actually watch. You could tell that Io Sky, if I don't want to say her name the wrong way. You can tell she's very athletic. She probably has a gymnast background, and also a dance background as well. And you could tell because of her athletic ability in the ring. So it was exciting for me to watch, and kudos and congrats to her.
Yes, and was that Saturday night where we had the three black women, Jade Cargill. I don't have the names in front of me, but I think that was the first time that three black women had a team. Bianca Belair and Naomi teamed up, and they wrestled. It was unbelievable. Congrats to those guys. It was an unbelievable match, but we have a new women's champion, and her name is Bayley. She takes down Io Sky, former Damage Control friends, Io Sky, and that's what happens, Ocho, when there's something on the line, we had to take that thing away from it. What else we got? Oh, we mentioned Triple H. I thought he did an unbelievable job. He's kind of been working in the background for the longest time. I think, if I'm not mistaken, he's Jim McMahon's son-in-law.
Right.
And he's kind of been lurking in the background. He's kind of been prepping for this day to come. We knew this day was going to come. It came probably a lot sooner than everybody anticipated. Right. But I'm sure they had a plan in place that when Jim McMahon stepped aside, and probably he stepped aside a lot sooner than he wanted to, this was the natural progression. This was the pecking order in which it would go. And I think the best thing they did, they brought Rock back into the fold, made him a partner, gave him the name The Rock back. Rock has a great show, a great eye for talent. We had him on the show on First Take, and he talked about he wanted to be even global. He want wrestling to be even bigger than what it is. And no better person to take it abroad than one Dwayne DJ Rock Johnson. So I'm excited for Rock's role, and he's going to continue this WWE reign, and it was great to see him back in the ring with the trunks. Congrats, Rock. Congrats, Triple H. WWE fans, they're the winners. There are no losers tonight. I understand that Roman Reigns is a little disappointed, as is Io Sky, but the wrestling community is very pleased with what they saw today.